Hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom. I am so excited we're doing some on-air coaching. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. It's been very busy, and I'm so excited that we get to dive into Jessica's business today. So Jessica is one of our Activate students, and this is something that we offer exclusively to our Activate students. It's an opportunity for me to be able to dive in a little bit deeper. They get some more personal time with me and personal coaching, and you get the benefit of listening in on our conversation and how I would coach them. So take notes. It's going to be awesome. If you are interested in Activate, Activate is our 12-month program that's going to help you start, grow, and scale an online business. Go to rachelngom.com/activate to apply. Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So tell us quickly, what's your business and how can I support you today?
Yeah, I am a dating coach and I work with single and actively dating women who are tired of attracting the wrong men and are ready to find a loving and fulfilling relationship. And I am working on my first summit. And I have a lot of questions.
Okay, let's do it. Let's dive in. How can I support you?
Yeah. Okay. So first question, building the list of 100 potential speakers is a little bit more difficult than I had imagined. And so I just need some inspiration on where to find more. I've been like dousing Amazon for authors and stuff like that. And I was on the Facebook group podcasting Facebook group to find people in my niche. And I don't know where else I can go.
Can you go to the podcast app and start looking at what podcasts are showing up in your niche?
Okay. It just, is there a name or?
Yeah. So like if I go to iTunes, so I got my little podcast app, I'll go right there. And I'll browse based off of categories. And so in categories, you can search here and then I'll look at, I think it would be kids and family probably. And then just from there, so play around in the podcast app, you'll be able to see like who's the host of the podcast and then reach out to them directly. Instagram, that's where I connect with so many people. So many people is on Instagram through direct message. And so literally,
I'm not actively using Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be like going crazy posting every day or anything like that, but having a profile where you can follow people that you want to connect with and build relationships with and you want to collaborate with, and then start liking their stuff, start commenting on their stuff, then send them a direct message. Like I was at Global Leadership Summit and I saw one of the speakers. I connected with her presentation so much. And I'm like, I want to get you on my podcast. So I literally just followed her on Instagram and I sent her a DM. She had just spoken in front of hundreds of thousands of people. She still responded to my DM and said, sure. So I interviewed her and got her on the podcast. And that's just the opportunity of where you can start with the relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the worst that happens is they say no. So just reach out to people. And I find Instagram to be the easiest place, especially to reach bigger influencers. Because like if you were to try to email me and have me speak on a summit that you were hosting, you'd have to go through Michelle. And Michelle weeds out a lot of those because we get requests like that on the daily. And so if you were to reach out to me on Instagram, she still reads and a lot of times responds to messages on Instagram, but you're going to have a much higher chance of actually getting to speak directly to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of ties into my next question. So, a lot of the work that I do is like on mindset and like helping the individual grow and become their best self so they can attract the best partner.
Yep.
Could I, like for an example, invite like pitch you or pitch like one my coach or something like that, even though you're like, and you could talk on mindset or like the morning program, even though your ideal client really isn't in alignment with mine?
So the only reason I would do something like that would be to get someone who's like a bigger name to say yes. Because once you have someone that's a bigger name, when you pitch other speakers, you could say, oh, so and so has already agreed to speak. So they know like, oh, this might be something I'd actually be interested in. That would be the only reason I would do that. In general, you want to have people that have your ideal client as their audience.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering, because a lot of the other people in Activate are like target specifically entrepreneurs. And so I was trying to use people that I am warmer with instead of going like directly cold, but I understand.
Yep.
Okay. So after I like send out the initial email to a potential speaker and they respond back saying that they're interested, I hop on the Zoom call. Like, what exactly should that conversation talk about and how should it go?
So you don't have to do a Zoom before they agree to say yes. I personally, if someone asks me to be a part of a summit that they're doing and they ask me to do a pre-interview like Zoom, I almost always say no. Can you just send me an email with details? Because I'm busy. Like every time I jump on a call, that's time away from my kids. And so I'm like, give it to me in an email or like create a video for me. So I'll give them the option like, hey, I would love to jump on a Zoom and go over some details of like what your positioning would be, what your topic would be about. Or if you'd like, we could talk here over email. I would probably give them both options, depending on how big of a speaker it is. Like if they're a pretty big name, keep that in mind too. But I would always keep it short, sweet, to the point. Anytime you get on a phone with somebody, use it as an opportunity to build the relationship. So like learn about them and what they desire, what they want. So you could always have it in your head, like, how can I support them? Always, every conversation. What are you working on right now? How can I support you? And then obviously you'll give them details about the summit and kind of like expectations and that kind of thing.
Okay. So it's okay to just like if they ask for the details through email, to just let them know like the requirements are like a 5,000 list. I'm a little flexible at 3 emails. Okay.
Yep.
The contract that they sign, I know you say that I need to have an attorney look at it. Is that?
So we have, inside of Activate, we have a legal bonus for you with Sam Vanderwielen. She has a Facebook group, Fearlessly Legal, for entrepreneurs just like us. I would join her Facebook group. I would watch the attorney bonus. And then I actually did a free 20-minute consult with her before I bought her program. I don't know if she's still doing that, but you could always ask.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a good video editor for PC? Because I don't, you recommend iMovie and I don't have a Mac.
I don't know. That's not my wheelhouse. That's something you might even want to consider outsourcing. You could post a gig on Fiverr.com and see if you can find a video editor for cheap.
Is it good practice to edit video, like my interviews, before sending them out?
Depends on the video and if there's a lot of distraction and stuff. I typically never edit my videos unless there's something like really bad and distracting or I'm like batching and I want to have them clipped and that kind of thing. Or if it's going up on YouTube, because YouTube is just different than like an interview style. So it's up to you and how the interviews go. If you want them, I wouldn't like over edit them, honestly. Like I think that would be kind of a waste of your time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do they I'm guessing that I should give them the opportunity to promote their freebie or a gift, right?
Yeah, you can at the
How
end.
do you,
So, and I would always have that maybe like if you're sending them an email with details or you're doing like a Zoom before you chat, I would just let them know like this isn't the time to promote like a paid offer. I'm going to give you an opportunity at the end to promote a freebie if you want.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So mine's not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded.
Yep.
So that it like at the end, it would just be at the end of the interview. They have like, where can we find you or
Yep,
something
exactly.
like
Yep.
that. Okay.
Yep.
What's enough when you in the guide that you gave us, you talked about an affiliate link. Is that just the freebie link or is that something else?
For the speakers to promote. So they have their own page. Like we created it in ClickFunnels where each speaker had their own page. And that way we could see how many opt-ins each speaker got.
Okay, so can you explain that a little bit?
So so this is Ariana's wheelhouse. Ariana's the tech expert with Inactivate. So you could just tag her and she could even make a video and she might be able to let you clone and see exactly what we did. So within ClickFunnels, you'll be able to set up your opt-in page and then you'll clone each opt-in page and have each opt-in page for each speaker. That's what we did. Mm-hmm. So each speaker has their own designated opt-in page that they'll use their own specific URL. And that way you can see like who's promoting. Have they not promoted yet? How many opt-ins has this person gotten? So on and so forth.
Okay. And then when I promote myself, it would be the first opt-in page.
Yeah.
Link that I'm giving.
Yeah, you'll have one just for you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I guess this isn't really a big deal, but when I'm sending out the email to the potential speakers, the subject line, I've just been like, what do you normally say? I've just been saying like, I'd like to collaborate on a virtual summit.
I would not say virtual summit in the subject line.
Okay.
What I would say, see, I didn't even send out emails to anybody. I literally just asked them on Instagram when I did mine. So I would play around with it and you'll be able to see like based off responses, what works the best. And so it might just be something like, hey, let's collab or hey, quick question for you.
Okay.
And keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. Okay, how do you, I think I'm gonna try and do like sell the replays. How does that work?
So depends on if you're doing, so like the one that we did a paid bundle during it. I wouldn't do both a paid bundle and the replays. That was a good lesson that I learned. Every time you do something like that, you're going to have a lesson, be like, that worked well. That did not work well. So I wouldn't, if you're going to do a bundle, if you're not doing a bundle, then you can totally sell the replays. And that would just be like the next page within ClickFunnels. It would just be a simple sales page. And you could charge $47, $97, $197, whatever it is that you want for that.
Okay, and then it's just like one link to like all the video, all the interviews. Is that how it works?
You could house them all in Kajabi. You could house them all in Dropbox, in Google Drive. You could have a page on your website that's password protected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all my questions for the summit.
Amazing.
Yeah. I do have, I just posted a Pinterest ad that has skyrocketed my, like my views on Pinterest. So that's
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting more opt-ins, but I need more. So, I'm getting a lot of outbound clicks now, which before I didn't, but my, like the length of time that they're staying on my website is just a few seconds. So what is a good way to change that? So
Can
I
I
already
look
have
at
like,
what blog posts are getting the most traffic, and can I actually look at them?
yeah, for sure. So the one that's getting the most traffic is the one that the ad is going to.
Okay.
Um,
And are you doing an ad directly to a blog post or to the opt-in?
to the blog post. I was
Okay.
gonna do the opt-in, but Helen said that I needed to put on the pin that they would need to put their email in to get the freebie.
Okay. I'm going to put you down and sit down. It's hot in here. Oh my goodness. It is summer now in Africa. Okay. All right. So you're doing it to a blog post. Can I see the blog post? Can you post it in the chat maybe?
Yeah, I'm logging in. It's loading. Sorry. Okay.
And then something that you can do to help with bounce rate is your website loading time. And so I would work with Stephanie Latour inside of Activate. I would tag her and attend the next WordPress clinic. And that way you can see what things you can do and have in place to increase your speed.
No, I probably should have just done my actual website, huh? Instead of like going into the dashboard.
Yes.
Okay. Coming.
So if it's still loading, then it definitely might be your site and the load time on your site that you could work on.
Okay. Okay, here it is. I am copying it right now. All right, put it in the chat.
And I will share my screen so we can see this. Okay, so this is our pop-up, which is great. Okay, so the logo is really small and hard to see. I would change that.
Okay.
Grab your free guide to finding the good men. I like that. Did you test that headline?
Yeah, I forget what it's at. I think it's
Okay.
like 45. I'll test it again.
Okay, this free and highly detailed cheat sheet will give you the first 3 smart steps to help you start attracting the good men. So that is a little wordy. This free guide, let me see. Come on, copy brain. This free guide will give you 3 reasons why you're repelling all the good men and 3 simple steps to start attracting them to you. And so the copy that you were using, that might work well for like my kind of business, but you're speaking to like the heart of women who are going through heartbreak. And so we need to like speak to them and their emotions, right?
Okay.
So they want to know like, oh, where are all the good men? So instead of saying even that headline, grab your free guide to finding the good men, you could even change that to be like, wondering where the heck all the good men are hiding.
Okay.
Something like that. And so work on that. Let's work on that copy, and then you can share it with us inside the Facebook group to give you some more feedback. And we can tag Dawn too, to give you some more feedback as well. But the biggest thing is like, we need to speak to their heart. They don't really care if it's highly detailed and they don't want smart steps,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So and then I like the picture of, like, you have the picture of the guide, but I think with yours, again, since we're like appealing to the heart, having like a couple together or something like that with the picture on a computer or a phone or an iPad might work better. Cause it's like, again, it's just like a different niche, different industry, right?
Right.
And then we'll change that before we change the button, but you could even change the button to say like, I need this, I want this. I think those are some good places to start in terms of the pop-up. If you're tired of dating like I was and you're ready to commit to creating a new and elevated way of dating so you can find a loving man ready to commit now, click the box below to grab my free guide to dating the good men. So, copy. Do you think she's really saying, yes, I'm ready to commit to creating a new and elevated way of dating?
No.
Okay. So let's think, like, what is she really saying? And we need to, again, like really hit the pain and the deep desire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go back to that exercise we did because I had some good copy in that.
Yeah. So I really think it's just like, let's work on that copy. And I think like if you make some of those changes, this will definitely help you convert so much more. Yeah. So you can get clarity on what's holding you back. I don't think she's saying, I just need clarity. She's probably saying, like, am I repelling them? Am I the problem? What's like, am I going to be alone forever?
Right.
You know, so like, let's really work on tightening up some of that copy.
Okay.
Scared of another broken heart. That's a good one. I don't think she's saying ready to jumpstart your new and empowered dating journey. Ready to find the love of your life.
Okay. Yeah.
So in terms of making this convert better, your copy is going to be like the number one thing that we can change here. And so what I want you to do is just rework some of that stuff, then post it again in the Facebook group, tag me, tag Dawn, and we can give you some more feedback. And it's all about let's really appeal to the heart. What do they truly, truly want?
Right. Okay. That's great feedback.
Yeah. It's a lot of times like we don't see what we don't see. This is why being an Activate, having a coach, like these things are so important because we're doing the work and we're putting it out there, but like it's in the tweaks, like the small tweaks, like you're doing the right thing, which is amazing, but it's like, oh, just tweak this a little bit, your conversions are going to pop.
Yeah.
That's going to
be
I'm
ready for that to happen.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I feel good.
Good?
Yeah, the summit is really what I was focusing on and trying to get eyeballs on my freebie.
Yep. Anything else?
Honestly, not right now. I think I feel good.
Okay. Yeah. Where can people connect with you?
www.caregirlifecoaching.com/finding the good men.
Amazing. Jessica, it's an honor to have you in Activate, and I'm so happy we got this time together. And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.